Good day to whoever joins me, whatever time you decide to come in and look. Hi, Wallace, I got your message. Yeah, I know the animal thing. Yeah, we did that for a while. So I sit here and I get ready for my day. Outside the gym, taping my wounds. um, Trying to get my head straight for the day and reaffirm and find the drive to get up and go. Haven't been on very much. My father-in-law has been very sick. He fell. He's got dementia. He's 91, and he doesn't have his drive any longer. He didn't want to be here. And he refused my help quite a few times, and he kept falling. And he ended up really knocking the shit out of himself and got himself put into the hospital. And he's not coming back from where he is. He can't take care of himself anymore. And he is quite angry with me that I have him locked up and he wants to come home immediately. I'm struggling dealing with that. Because he thinks I'm mistreating him, when I'm doing exactly what he asked me to do in the first place. It's a hard thing to deal with. I'll work it out. Always do. Yes, I'm sitting here talking to myself. I love it when people pop in and say, "You just sitting here talking to yourself?" Yeah, it's kind of what they do. You know, I found out the other day that there's I didn't know anymore. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Thanks. I haven't cut it since my mother-in-law died. I've trimmed it a few times. 4 years. 4 years. It's been on there. No, I take that back. 7 years. Beard's been on there 7 years. Thanks. Trying to find my affirmation. Thanks, man. I like that. Can't wait to get some more money for more colors. That was a fun tattoo. What happened to Dad? Dad's 91, got dementia. Refuses help. Wants to die. Fell on his head. Couldn't get out of bed in the morning. Just like the song says. And now he's in a dementia ward lockdown, and he's pissed as shit. And he's blaming me. He's throwing a tantrum like a 4-year-old. Hard. You love somebody and you gotta watch them act like a child. And then you get a child that's trying to be an adult and is acting like an idiot. I was gonna tell y'all, there's an improvement to being an empath. There's a step above empath. There's an empath that uses their empathy positively against others. I use the term against, maybe improper, but to weaponize your empathy that you earned as that badge of trauma as a kid. Mm. So I got this little itty bitty Toyota Highlander with a V6, and I've always liked to really drive shitbox cars, and have learned to make them drive. And yesterday I was pulling out of a hi sir, gray pink hair. I love the gray pink hair too. Yeah, yeah, it's time for more colors. So anyways, yesterday my little Toyota Highlander with the V6, I went to go pull out of a shopping center, and this guy busted from out of traffic into the turn lane that I was about ready to pull into just to pass a bunch of people, and blew his horn and made me stop, and only to cut a bunch of people off. So when I pulled out right behind him, I nailed it and got right on his bumper because, well, I'm a driving fool. And we get up to the stoplight, and I'm a little agitated with him, and I got a little road ragey. I'm sorry. I lost my shit just for a second, and I threw my dinner roll. I had half a piece of bread from Panera. I threw it across his hood. What tattoo is it? I'll tell you in a minute. I threw my dinner roll across his hood, and he had his window down. I was going to throw it at him, but I decided not to. And he had a big sign in the back of his Infiniti SUV with whatever big engine and fast as shit as it was, all pimped out with a sign that was like I don't know, it was political stuff on the back of it. And I don't pay attention to anything outside of my world, sir, Dustin. So the man cut me off, so I pulled up next to him at the stoplight, and I told him that I was going to beat him, and he was going to lose because he cut me off, and the light turned green, and he took off running, and I let him run for a few minutes until I watched him get hemmed up, and I pulled a dirty on him and passed him and tore his ass up and left him boom, 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 in and out, in and out. He ended up having to run a red light. It was kind of funny. My tattoo is about a lot of things. My tattoo is about hurt and pain. And if you've ever heard of the Dropkick Murphys, they have a song out. It's called The Rose Tattoo. And there's where is my rose? There's my rose. And my rose is getting a piece out of my puzzle. And the puzzle represents humanity and all its different shades and colors. And we all need to work together and be one unit. And then there's pieces missing. And it shows that you have to give up pieces of yourself to really help the group as a whole. And it didn't quite come out the way I wanted it. It is a memorial. It's getting the death dates and birth dates of... Hey, Payman. It's getting the birth dates and death dates and stuff of my family and my traumas. And then up top is all my heritage, Celtic, King Nails, 9 hostages, tribal, Celtic. And what happened to my finger? I practice stick fighting, Filipino martial arts, mixed with sword fighting, mixed with Hapkido, and nobody will train me because I want one-on-one, so I have to teach myself. And I dislocated it 2.5 months ago, and I was in the middle of training, and I continued a week. I just put it back in and kept fighting. It does it. I put it back into place and kept fighting, and I took a week to get it x-rayed to find out whether or not it was broken, and found out it was just dislocated. And I wasn't done training. September was my end of training date. And I went, my 8 months, I went from 300 pounds to 233, and can easily move 200 pounds now, and I couldn't pick up 20 before. The finger. So I went 2 months dislocating my finger constantly, lifting weights and sticks and stuff like that, and you left me. And after training, I finally decided to splint it and let it heal. So I'm at the gym now, and since everybody left me, I am going to go on in there. You came back. Does it, so my finger, I finally decided to splint it and let it heal, because I've pretty much just done training for at least until December. I'm going to pick up heavy training again, but I've got to let my body heal. I've been through really intensive. I've changed my body a lot in 8 months. Metabolism wise, I've come off blood pressure medicine. Yeah, I could give you, yeah, I could. I know what it's like to be tired and in pain, and dude, you got to reach inside and look into your own mind and find what's holding you back, and tell it to sit down and shut the fuck up. The first step's the hardest, man. It every day to get out of bed when you hurt. I'm a chronic pain survivor. It's every day you wake up, it's a bitch. I no longer fear death. You get encouragement, yeah. You get the hell up and fight. You got to find that little spot in your head that's telling you not to do it, and you got to put it in a box, basically. And if you have pain, you kind of have to do the same thing. You have to rewire where that pain goes in your head and turn it somewhere else. I get goosebumps now when I experience pain beyond my normal pain level. It's hard. It's really hard. It's hard mentally and physically. I'm worn out right now. But I'm going to hang up here in a bit. Are you tired too? I feel a lot better. So last year in December, I was 300 pounds. I couldn't pick up 20. I had no muscle. I was in so much pain. I was always tired. I hadn't been able to reach my toes in 4 years because of bad hips and back injuries and stuff. And I turned that around, and metabolically, I don't know what your weight is. I don't know how fit you are. I'm not going to assume anything. Metabolically, it turned around at some point to about 4 months in of 7 day a week, 4+ hour workouts. Metabolically, I stopped getting so tired. I think after I had lost about 50 pounds of fat and put on a good bit of muscle, and then it changed my metabolism. And then after another 30 or 40 pounds of fat, I found that whereas I'm tired, it's not physical tiredness, it's mental exhaustion from dealing with bullshit, I think, mostly. And pain. I get tired of pain. I carry a mouthpiece. I carry a mouthpiece so I can bite down when I work out, so I don't tear my teeth up. And I usually have a mouth guard in all the time because I clamp my teeth because I'm in pain. Um, I'm not really tired. I can never sleep. It takes lots of drugs to get me to sleep. I have ADHD. This Red Bull and this weed is what makes it so I can focus, so I can go do what I have to do for the next 2.5 hours of lifting weights and crap. Of course, I like talking to y'all. I put this channel up here to try to motivate some of you and help you, and I don't know if you're in chronic pain or not. Population crisis. What are you, in Japan? Yeah, your crisis has been going on for a while. Huge decline. Who's going to end up taking over Japan? China? I love the Japanese culture, the ancient Japanese culture. I don't fit in with today's world. I love studying feudal Japan and China. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to who's that, Sun Tzu? Yeah, I hear that. I hear young people are rarely seen, period. They've kind of moved out. It's full of elderly. I'd really love to visit. Hell, I'd love to live there. That sounds like a beautiful place to go die. And people have manners and respect, unlike here. Of course, I probably wouldn't fit in. Sorry for the noise. I didn't invite the truck. Your population, sir, ma'am, person, human. I don't think, I don't know how old you are, but Japan's been in decline for quite a few generations. Unfortunately, I don't think the Japanese culture will survive as a whole. Not as the way it was traditionally. It might be something different. I think the old ways are gone. I think America's old ways are gone too. I hope it'll be better in the future. I hope humans will work together at some point. I don't know if I don't have high hopes they will. I don't think humans are I don't think it's possible they can function together. I don't know how to get rid of the people that are such buttheads. The ones that have to be right no matter what. The ones that'll start a fight just to have other people fight it for them. Where am I from? So I live on the East Coast of America in a state called Virginia, about 40 miles from the capital of Washington, D.C., just outside the blast radius. Around a bunch of data centers and stuff like that are popping up. There's this little town that has like 1 or 2 stoplights and is kind of quiet, but it's about ready to change. And I sit on a little parcel of land, and I have my own little oasis, my own little park, and one day it's going to be it's going up in value a lot over the years. Is it safe there? It's either a lot of demonstrators. I don't know. Safety. I'm not worried about safety. I no longer fear death. If it's my day, it's my day. If it's not my day, it's not. And I will go down fighting regardless. I'm always armed. I don't worry about it. I grew up in a bad neighborhood. These people are pussies. The demonstrators, yeah, they're stupid. They do stupid shit here. I'm not near the city. I don't go in the city. I stay away from that place. I don't put up with bullshit. So if they were to happen to make it out to the outskirts where I live and try to block a road or be stupid, I'm not going to allow myself to be hemmed in and have people pull me out of my car. So I would drive through the roadblock. Demonstrators and stuff. I don't know, dude. I'm pretty human. I still don't know, male or female. I don't know. I've been unplugged. I really have no idea what is going on in the world unless I go looking for the information. I don't watch TV. I don't do social media other than this channel. That's all I do. I don't pay attention to the world. They're not worth my time anymore. Any more questions? Because I'm about ready to roll out. My caffeine's done. I get everything going. You look like a Lionel mess. Oh, thanks. I gotta comb my hair. Thanks for reminding me. I do look like a hillbilly. I gotta fix that. Thanks. Anything else I need to fix? He said he is retired from football, right? He has retired from football. Oh, I look like Lionel Messi. Oh, no, I look like a mess. I look like Lionel Messi. I don't know who that is. It goes back to I don't pay attention to the outside world. I think I've heard of him. Do I look like him? I would think that is a compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you. Because that means I'm a badass, I guess. Has he retired from football? I don't know. I think he's... If I've heard of him, then he must be at least 40. I know Beckham. I had a little kid in the neighborhood that was like, this little 6-year-old kid could kick you call it a football, soccer ball, could kick a football 100 yards, and he could put a spin on that ball right or left and at least put a 25 to 30 yard curve in it when he kicked it. The kid was amazing and accurate as hell. I'd watch him kick his he hit his brothers with a soccer ball from 50 yards away. I got funny one day and filled his soccer ball up with water. Me and my daughter, they left it outside, so we took all the air out of it, and then we made our pump so it pumped water instead, and we filled his ball up with water and left it in the field. It was hilarious watching his reaction. We bought him a new ball, bought him a whole bunch of new soccer balls before we did and destroyed his old one. I'm not going to destroy kids' toys and not give them a whole bunch of new stuff. Do I look better now? A little bit. Don't look like so much of a hillbilly. Hillbilly to my Japanese friend. Hillbilly is a term for a mountain man. in America in the 1800s, 1600s. My immigrants came over from Ireland, uh, moved into the mountains of Appalachia, on the eastern coast of America, and we've kind of like been in the in the mountains ever since. And a hillbilly is a term for a mountain person. Are there many Japanese people there? Yeah, quite a few. Mostly Chinese though. But we have a bunch of different communities here, so there's different areas that are different. Yeah, I see Pokemon. Hold on a second. I see. I see it. There's different areas. So like Annandale is a lot of Korean, and then there's areas that are a lot of Japanese. It's a wonderful Japanese bathhouse area called Spa World down the road, and they have a humongous bathhouse that I'd love to visit. Um, what's my story, Pokemon? Oh man, it's long and full of pain. I've Most recently, I fell on my head from 8 feet up and died for a bit, and picked myself up from lots of injuries and lots of surgeries, and lost lots of fat and gained lots of muscle, and did it in 8 months of daily fighting and training. And I'm taking a 2 month hiatus, just rolling on just idle for a bit. I've retrained my hands to work. I'm working on retraining my feet to work. I've got lots of neurological damage, way too many concussions, like way too many concussions from what I hear. So I don't work like normal people anymore. So I designed a workout based on what I do, based around how I can do it, so I can rebuild my body regardless of my limitations, because I'm basically I'm handicapped. How's that? I hope the war will stop soon. I still want to live longer. What's it? Luck? What's the second emoji? I can't see the second emoji. It's smiling. I don't even. Only war I know about is the one in Ukraine right now. And Russia's being an asshole. But I hear the Ukrainians are giving them a whole bunch of what for. I hear Ukrainians are there fucking people up. I love that. They've completely changed warfare. Ukrainians have. We're into some sci-fi shit now. Autonomous hunting drones and shit. That's just. Yeah, I live longer. I don't even care anymore. I guess that's where I got to the point after I died back in 23. That I got to the point where I fuck it. I don't care. As long as I'm living, I'm gonna have some fun. I'm going skydiving soon. I finally cut enough weight to go skydiving. All right. Got enough questions. Pokemon, did you roll out? Did I answer your question? Thanks if I got any new subscribers, and thanks a whole bunch for interacting with me, y'all. I appreciate that. I hope I can. I hope I can help some of you get up and get moving today, or at least smile a little bit at my stupidness. All right. What time is it there, sir? What is it? Like 10:30 a.m. Tuesday morning, somewhere around that. I don't know exactly because my screen's up on that thing, but yeah, it's about 10:30 Tuesday. It's already 10 p.m. Yeah, well, you're on the other side of the world. Lucky man. Lucky. Why do I keep calling you man? I don't even know if you're male or female. What is there to do at 10 p.m. in Japan? Where are you in Japan? Tell me about Japan. Do tell me. How's the food? Seafood's got to be amazing. My DNA says I'm supposed to be on a diet of rice and fish. Okinawa. Oh my, I'd love to visit. Holy hell. I hear it's beautiful. Oh, I'd love to talk to the old people there. I'd sit around the old folks' home and just... I'd have to have a translator, I guess. The knowledge I could gain from some people. You're a very lucky person to live in Okinawa. How is it? Is it safe? You asked me if my area was safe. Is yours safe? Talk about being safe in Okinawa. Before I go, I'm fighting sticks. So this is one of my fighting sticks. It's a rattan, but it has a copper pommel with a steel blade buried in it with a nut recess so it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, I get that. Good to see you. What's that, Uko? How do you... is it a sword? Yeah, it's kind of... it's a stick for hitting, and it's a pommel for beating, and it's weighted to use as a sword and a weapon. And it has a needle buried in it. I made it. I made them. I have a fascination with spike swords, and it's pretty long, and it's a wonderful little spike. And I have 2 pieces of stainless steel and 2.5-inch steel balls back here because I'm going to make a cane out of the same thing. Hidden weapons. Yeah, I grew up in a bad neighborhood, dude. How is your neighborhood? Is your neighborhood okay? How is Okinawa? You asked me if mine was safe. Is it sharp? Hell yeah, it's sharp. No other way to live but with a sharp edge. Try to keep my mind as sharp as my blade. It's one of my many knives I carry, as a matter of fact. If you're still in here, I carry... You leaving me? I carry another one tucked up in here. You're leaving me. You go to bed. I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go exercise. Thanks for joining me and subscribing if you're in there. Yeah, I'll be around. I don't have a definite time, but I appreciate beep beep. I appreciate you. Thank you. Talk to you later. Sleep well.